Hey, how's it going, Rasmanites? As you can see by the title, today we are going to talk about the debut of Ring of Honor on Sinclair Broadcasting Group and my thoughts on their initial show. And I'm also going to talk about what I think it means, hopefully, for the sport of pro wrestling. Today, on the Razman's Reality. I won't be able to spend as much time on this as I would like to because of the camera issues that I reported in the last video. Hopefully the C910 will be in my possession sooner rather than later. Alright, so Ring of Honor finally back on television. Wrestling fans know they had a deal with HDNet. That was good for them for what it was, but HDNet wasn't on everybody's providers. A lot of people didn't have HDNet. Now they're on broadcast television with Sinclair Broadcasting Group. Sinclair Broadcasting Group is actually now the majority owners of Ring of Honor, so they're really invested in Ring of Honor, which is a great thing. And Sinclair Broadcasting stations are in almost every state throughout the United States, and I believe they just struck a deal for overseas as well. For all the details on that, just check your everyday wrestling websites. But what did I think about this debut show? Well, there was only 2 matches on the show. For any angle change there, phone rang. Opening match was the team of the Bravado Brothers versus the team of Future Shock. The team of Future Shock got the win here. Really good opening match. Really physical, showing off what Ring of Honor is all about. And the main event match was a defense of the World Tag Team Championship. Wrestling's greatest tag team, Haas and Benjamin, defending against the Kings of Wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero. As one would expect, this was an absolutely fantastic match. And if I'm not mistaken, this may have been one of the last matches for Kings of Wrestling in ROH, as of course now they have the developmental deal with WWE and FCW and are no longer within the company. So this was an absolutely physical match. Wrestling's greatest tag team, Haas and Benjamin, retained just an absolutely amazing sick match. The rest of the show was just explaining what ROH is all about to anyone who has never seen ROH, and I applaud that move. That was a great move by ROH for doing that for a first show. It was completely acceptable and completely understandable and a good thing for them to do. The biggest thing for me, the coolest thing for me, was seeing Nigel McGuinness, aka Desmond Wolfe, in TNA return to ROH as the new color analyst alongside Kevin Kelly. That was amazing. I hated seeing his career end the way it did, and it's good to see him back in a place that he helped put on the map to help further put it on the map. So Nigel McGuinness back in ROH, that was awesome. It was a great show overall for a debut show. Could have been better, but it was a good show. The only thing I didn't like is that it was standard def, but at least it's widescreen standard def, and hopefully if the show takes off and succeeds, they will be given HD cameras by Sinclair Broadcasting Group to work with. As far as what I hope this will mean for professional wrestling, is finally just a viable second option. A lot of people, a lot of hardcore wrestling fans that is, know about Ring of Honor and know about how great a company that it is, but even myself, as good as I knew that Ring of Honor was, I don't follow Ring of Honor, or didn't follow Ring of Honor the way that I wanted to, because it wasn't on TV, and the only way to see it was on internet pay-per-view. And a lot of times you forget when the internet pay-per-views are, because you just sort of have to remember it, because you don't have a television product to follow, or didn't. So now that we have a television product to follow for Ring of Honor, I hope that Ring of Honor gets exposed to more and more wrestling fans. And I tell you, just an hour-long's worth of Ring of Honor was better than anything I've seen TNA put on in months and months and months. So Ring of Honor, definitely the better second company, and hopefully wrestling is just better overall for it. A word of caution though to anyone DVRing the show, because as you know, the show airs either on Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are. And in my area, it's actually a late nighttime slot, Sunday at 10:30. Hopefully, if the show takes off, it'll get a little better one. But for anyone DVRing the show, you are going to need to have it run over a little bit, because the end of the match got cut off for me, and I actually had to find highlights to see how the match ended. The main event match between Kings of Wrestling and Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. So yeah, good show for ROH. Thrilled to have ROH on television, and that's it. Hopefully new camera in a few days. Bear with me if it's a few days before you see a video, but in case I don't get a video out before this week's radio show, reminder that as I do before every WWE pay-per-view, it will be a WWE pay-per-view roundtable on this week's show for Night of Champions, so make sure you tune in if you want. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.